really a big barn.
Wow.
And then he also had a white fence around in the yard. It's really a pretty farm.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Well, so how much did he pay for this? It wasn't homestead. He paid
$7.50 an acre. It was. They bought it was railroad land.
Wow.
They didn't homestead this land. You know, when they first started building railroads out in this country back in 1800s, the government would give the railroad so much land on each side of the railroad to finance the railroad.
Yeah.
Well, then the railroad company would sell this land again, and that's where Jim bought the land for $7.50.
Because his dad, where did his dad homestead? Right over here, Abraham?
Well, yeah.
That's $5,000 an acre now.
And that's cheap. Was
And then he had, I think this was 120 or a quarter. Then he had another 80, or we'll drive by there. And I think he either gave it to Abner or Abner bought it when he started buying it. And my mother lived right across for about half a mile. So my dad and my mother, in those days, they didn't roll out too far. So that's how close they were together.
they had 13 girls.
Oh, wow.
Paula's had 13 girls and one boy. So he stayed in shouting distance almost.
And I always we always looked at it, and I think I always said that out of all those 13 girls, I think Pa got the best one out of the bunch.
She was very beautiful.
I didn't hear her say that from my cousin. I really believed it. I mean, it wasn't just joking.
Yeah.
I really. Huh?
Yeah.
Your mother was perfect.
Yes.
I did see their wedding photo.
Can you imagine?
Beautiful.
Cousin yesterday, she's 92. And she's about my age, she's somewhere retirement on that.
You guys are the same age?
Yep. Well, just about. She's 92. Well, no, she'll be 92 in November. And she used to tell me, you were my best pal. There's a girl there, Catherine and Pearl. They're sort of like, not Catherine, she was more sophisticated. I mean, she didn't climb around in the barn, but Pearl and Linus and Alice, they're sort of like tomboys, you know.
Yeah.
They'd climb in the barn on the hay ropes and jump in hay, and they're all so Ines is the only one left in the family.
Yeah, isn't
Out of
it?
a big family that lived right here.
Wow.
That's the history of it.
You're the healthy ones.
Huh?
You're healthy.
Yeah.
It was right after the war, when I was in early 20s, you know, still a kid. And I had my airplane I parked. I wanted to get it up at a place to get it out of the way. So I remember I tried to get between these trees. I couldn't quite make it, so I sawed off one branch on that big tree. I could just squeak the airplane in between the trees and get it up by the granary. Oh, drive by here and you can still see the opening. And my dad didn't say anything. I cut that big limb off. And then off the trees so I could go right through there and right up by that.
So you'd land right along.
Right straight here, straight down. My
Uh-huh.
dad used to live in a little strip in the
Yeah,
stubble
but
field.
didn't you land out in the east area too?
Landed straight out here.
Oh, here. Oh, okay. Okay.
My dad used to leave a little strip for me in the field.
Okay.
Then you'd pull it up close to the barn.
That's where I smoked my first cigar down the end of this tree.
Clifford?
1933.
Clifford?
I was 15 years old.
Was it Clifford's cigar?
Here lies my dear wife.
Oh.
That's what it says.
Say that.
Okay.
Well, how does that? Say that again.
Here ligger lies men my käre dear hustru wife.
Isn't that neat?
That is very.
1894.
So is this something that's newer, or was that
Yeah.
made? Okay,
These
I
are
thought
new.
so. Okay.
Yeah,
When you the bell rope came down into a what do we call it, balcony up on upstairs, and when you cut it all the way down, there was a coil of rope on the floor, and then when the gun fell out, it went back up again.
Oh.
And we used to go up there and watch, and my dad said, "Don't get close to that coil of rope. You stand back." And we had to be careful because one day we'd come up and help my dad clean the church and dusting it. I was up the altar dusting. And my dad was ringing the bell because he used to ring the big bell an hour before church started. And that balcony's open, it's just small, you know, and he's up there. And I happened to look up here, and there's my dad. The rope had hooked his leg, and it pulled him right up.
Oh no.
And it dropped, and he fell right on his head on the floor.
Oh my goodness.
And
I never heard that.
I quick ran up there. It's up those narrow stairs, and he was sitting there kind of half knocked out. And I didn't really watch it. I don't know if he really got hurt. And then he kind of came to again, and then he was all right. That's how much power that bell had.
Wow.
He happened to get his leg when the coil was going up, and up he went.
Oh.
I believe it.
And the church, and when you read the history, and so the District 31 was started there, he had quite a bit to do with that. And then this is where Abner went to school, would be the school office right here.
Up here. Yeah. Wow.
and then we say Abner's wife.
Mother went to school there.
Yeah, and then
My dad.
yeah.
Let's turn some cool air on. Oh. It's too hot for me.